You know, some of you may not know that the Registrar General's Department offers the services of genealogical research. That means tracing your family history. So in this month of celebrating Jamaica's history, the Acting Island Record Office Manager at the RGD, Michelle Williams, has brought me some valuable information about where and whom I'm coming from. Me, personally.
Yes, you.
Morning and welcome to Smile Jamaica.
Hi, Neville.
First, let me tell you thanks for this. But before we get to this,
Sure.
this is something that the RGD's office would offer normally?
Absolutely. So we offer genealogical research services where we help persons find their family lineage. We have a repository of records going all the way back to 1661.
1661.
Yes. So as long as your information was registered, we have the capacity to find it for you.
And you would start where?
We actually start with you. So you give us information on yourself, your parents, your grandparents, as much information as possible. We validate the information that you have given to us, and then we use that to go into a repository to find that information.
Now, in my case, were it not for my sister, you wouldn't have had much from me because I did know a lot.
Absolutely.
So what would you have done if were it just my information you got?
Right.
Would you be able to do all of this?
Right, so it is important that we get as much oral information as possible. You didn't have a lot of information, but your sister, who is the youngest, happened to be the family historian, gave us a lot of information and pulled a lot of information that we could use to go further back. So we take information from oral information as well. We ask person to give us information in their family Bibles, give us information on death information such as where the person died, those death programs, all of that information, it becomes important to us and we use it to do your research.
Again, in my case, on my birth certificate, my mother's name, I found out
that really wasn't your mom's name.
Wasn't my mom's name. So how were you able to figure that out yourself?
All right. So actually, we did find information that your mom, that Prestwich name, actually it comes from a will. So we would have found it if we had did a search as it related to a will. So we actually found a will.
You found a will from my grandparents?
Yes, with the Prestwich name on it.
Them leave nothing for me? That's the will right
It's available for you to view.
That's the will right there?
Yes, I brought the will.
So how would you find a will though?
Right, so that's it. So as I said, the RGD has a repository of all public records, wills, deeds, conveyances, as well as birth, death, marriage, burial, and baptismal records. Yes? So when you give us a name and when we have tied that into a death record, we use that information to search our wills database. And so we can find wills relevant to your particular
Going back to my mother, because I'm now finding out that she took her stepfather's name.
Yes.
How would you have known?
Well, that is why it is important for you to give us accurate oral information, right? But what we found that your mom really took on her mother's name. She used her mother's maiden name, and then she registered her children in the stepfather's name.
So I was only able to give you my mother and father's name.
Right.
So you could not have done all of this with that alone.
Absolutely not. So it is important that we get accurate information.
Why would you end up with a will though? Why would you end up having that will? What would the registrar general?
It is a requirement for us to register all public deeds. Okay. So as the nation's repository, we have all of those documents available.
This is huge. You start from here or here? Here.
We start from here.
How long would this have taken you?
So this took us about 17 hours to do.
Wow.
In terms of putting the information together and plotting the family tree.
And you stopped where?
We stopped
18.
On your maternal side, we went as far back as 1819, which is 5 generations for you on the maternal side, and we went 4 generations on your paternal side.
So you know, find say Bill Gates and my grandfather.
Not yet. Not yet.
Yeah? So why you stop? You know, find no rich man related to me.
Well, you need to check out your will. I don't know if you want us to publicize your will, but you need to check out your will.
So you start here. So I'm right here.
This is you.
And then what happens?
These are your children.
These are my kids. Stop, because my kids were not born in Jamaica.
Right.
You would not have had
So that's information that we have to get from you. Our research is contained within Jamaica and Jamaican waters, right? So any outside information, persons born in Canada, in the USA, you would have to give us that information for us to plot that on.
Well, 3 of my kids were born in Canada, 1 in the United States. But could you check the United States or Canada for anything like that if I wanted you to?
We could have, and we
Okay.
have the capacity to do that. However, we prefer to validate the information that we produce at the Registrar General's
17
Department.
hours, how long have you ever done a search?
I have done a family tree with about 700 persons.
How long did that take you?
That took us years, probably about 10 years.
10 years?
Yes, because the family would give us information, then they'd validate it, then they came back and went back again. They did several family reunions here in Jamaica, and each time we added more information, they did a family reunion.
Okay.
So it took us about 10 years.
I can go further?
You can go further. Based on what we have uncovered, we can go further both on your maternal and paternal side.
If I want you to do that, I suspect I just continue to pay you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And you said $1,500 an hour.
It's only $1,500 an hour.
Only? This is fantastic.
Absolutely.
This is fantastic. How often are you asked to do a search?
Well, we have a lot of our clientele is based in the diaspora. So we have a lot of overseas customers interested in the family search. We are online and we are asked quite often to do this research.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if I want to apply for, if Clive wants, what does he do?
All right, so you just visit our website. It's www.rgd.gov.jm. Go to our genealogical page. You fill that in with whatever information you have. That application form goes to the genealogical unit where the genealogical supervisor reviews it. We do an online interview with you to get more information, and you pay for the service, and we start the process.
You said $1,500 an hour.
Only $1,500 an hour. You have to pay a minimum of 3 hours online for us to start your application.
You probably don't want this question, but the average Joe can do this?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
All right.
If you are that interested, yes.
All right.
Absolutely.
Thank you so very
You are
much.
very
I
welcome.
really appreciate it on behalf of my family. I think my entire family will.
Absolutely.
Like myself, we are finding out things that we didn't necessarily know.
Absolutely. And we look forward to doing even further for you because we can go further and
Well,
the tree can be more
I will
expanded.
speak to my sister, and let me thank her very much, the former registrar at the University of the West Indies, Camille Bell Hutchinson, my sister.
Yes.
She's the reason this happened, because I was only able to give you my mother's name and my father's name.
That's it.
I didn't know my grandparents'
Right.
name or date of birth or when they died, and my sister helped me out greatly. So thanks, Bets. I love you like crazy. Good to see you.
Thank you,
Good to
sir.
see you, and thank you very, very
You
much.
are very welcome.
So if you continue, you'd have to do a new one of this, right? Or
Right.
you
So
can't
what
just add it.
we will add to this. What we already have, we will.
But I'd have to get a new sheet.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. I love this. I love this. Incredible. Incredible. I could keep this?
Yes, you can.
Oh, brilliant. She's the Acting Island Record Office Manager at the RGD, Ms. Michelle Williams. More and smile when we come back. I'm excited. We find out where we come from.